Hi there, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Oh, we got a fun one for you today. I've got a little section here with a little hero module in it. It's got a button. When I click on it, it's going to scroll to this parallax section right here. I don't know if you caught that. If I go back up again, the vehicle zooms in and the call to action slides in from the right there. And if you do it manually, you can see it a lot easier. If I slowly go down here, cars are going to zoom in. Then our little call to action is going to slide in from the right hand side there. Really nice little feature. And I thought I'd just add the little scroll effect there. Now when things like that happen, they really do get people's attention quickly, which is exactly what you want. Really easy to do, no coding involved, so let's get started. I've got this page open here. Let's get rid of this whole section. And we'll start from scratch. Now I've got a section above, I've just got a hero module in it. That's what I'm using to trigger mine. Of course, you can trigger it from anywhere you want. Let's add a new section. In my section, I'm going to put a little offset column. Let's just use this one right here. It's what I used before. Obviously, adjust yours to taste. In the left-hand column, I'm going to use an image. And this is going to be used for my little car. I click on it over there. Here it is. It's a transparent PNG file with no background there. I'm going to pop that one in. And of course, down below, you can link it to anywhere you want if you want to take them somewhere with that link. You can have it pop out into a light box, but I don't think there's much call for that with this particular image. And in my right-hand column over here, I just plonked a little call to action in there. There it is right there. Obviously, put in what you want to say up here. A little more text than I want to see on mine, so let's get rid of it about there. Obviously, you'd have some real text in yours. I want to add the button. Button's not going to turn up till we add the link for it down below here. I'm going to just put a hashtag in for a placeholder. Well, let's put a little parallax background in this section so it moves when we scroll up and down. Little blue tab for the section. Background's always under content here. There it is. I'm going to throw an image in there. I think that's the one I used before. Once you pop an image in there, you'll see a little button underneath that says use parallax effect. I'm going to switch that to on. And this is what they call true parallax, which really is parallax, which means the background is moving at a different rate from the foreground here. It is actually moving up when we go up and moving down when we move down, but at a different rate from everything else on the site. And they've got another one over here called CSS, which is also known as fixed background. I'll move up the site there. That background image is staying exactly where we put it there, stationary. And that's a really eye-catching thing too. I do use that a lot, I have to say. But for today's example, I'm going to use true parallax. Great, well let's create our little scroll effects and then we'll use the buttons to scroll to this particular section. So I'm going to click on my little car right here. I'm going to go over to my advanced. Right at the bottom, you'll find scroll effects. For mine today, I just used a scale, which is growing up and down. So if I left click on that one, I'm going to hit the enable scaling up and down button. And it gives us a little timeline here, if you will, with viewport bottom. Obviously, it's the bottom of the screen. Viewport top is the top of the screen. You can decide what you want it to do. Well, at the bottom of the screen, basically when it's down here, I want it to be almost invisible or very small. So I'm going to put a 0 in there. As you can see, that shrunk that down. Half the way up, let's perhaps have it 50% size. And that's basically when we're about here on our screen. And on any screen, obviously. Then when it gets to the top, I want it to be pretty large. So I think I used 160%. So when we get up the top, it's there. And that's really not quite big enough for me. I want it slightly bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my viewport down a bit. And you'll see as I'm dragging it down, it's going to get slightly bigger. That's about as big as I want it to get, about there. I think before I had 75%. So as we scroll up and down the screen, see it's getting bigger. And at the top of the screen, it's going to be that size. Obviously adjust to taste. Now, if I put the top right at the top there, that's where we're going to end up when we scroll to it. I think that's going to work fine. For this one, I just had it rolling in from the right. So let's click on this one. Call to action. We're already in the same place. I just used a bit of horizontal motion for mine. I'm going to flip it on. And let's have a look. When it starts out, I want it to be way over here somewhere. So let's perhaps put 20 in there. It's a large number. As you can see, it's way over there. It's going to start scrolling in as we go up the screen there. Halfway up, well, I want it to be about 10. I don't want it to come in too quick. So now when we scroll in, it's not going to come in quite so quickly. There we go. And when we get to the top, that's where I want it in its correct position, right at the top there. So I think 10 may be too much. Let's put 5 in there. And at the top of the viewport, I want it to be at 0, which is right in its regular position. Perfect. So we basically got this now. It's not quite getting to the 0 when it's at the top there. So again, what we can do, we can adjust that little top viewport, bring it down. That's exactly where I want it. So again, I'm about 75%. And it's going to scroll in quite quickly there. So I think that works for me. And you can combine multiples of these if you wanted to fade and slide. I'll just show you for an instance. Let's go to fade next door. I'm going to enable fading. There's our little timeline right there. Initially, when it's at the bottom, I want it to be invisible. I want it to be invisible about halfway through too. As you can see, it's sort of faded out there. And I'm going to have it fade in. So it wants to be at full visibility at the same place, which was around 70% or 75%, wherever it was. As you can see, as I'm pulling that down, it's making it fully visible. That'll do. 100% is fully visible, obviously. 0 is invisible. So now we've got that. It's fading and it's sliding. I didn't do the fade on my original one. Okay, and let's just go back in here to the content. I'm going to make my background black. But I'm going to pull the opacity down a bit so we can see a hint of those stars behind. And for my button text, let's put in perhaps apply today. Obviously mine's fictitious. You'll have some real stuff to put in yours. So this is what we've got so far. If we're scrolling up and down, we've got the vehicle rolling in. Then we've got our little call to action fading in. And by the time it gets to the top of the screen here, it's fully visible. And they can click on the button, read the text, etc. As we roll up, it's just going to disappear like that. If we roll back down, it's going to do the opposite. And again, that's really eye-catching. Now, to make it so we can scroll from this section to this section, and we can also do the other way, actually, if I use this button for that, is really easy. Let's get rid of this module. It's just a little hero module. I'll re-add it. There it is right there. New module for Divi 5 right here. Put in what you want there, Parallax section, or Parallax magic, whatever you want to put in there. It's pretty irrelevant to me. Click here will do. Let's just change that background so we've got a hint of that car behind there. It's blue. We'll do the same as we did with that other one. Let's make it black. Take the opacity down a little bit. Okay, to scroll to this section, we need to give this section what they call a CSS ID. And actually, before we do that, when I scroll, you'll notice it's got a little bar down the bottom here, which means because of this element falling off the screen here, we're going outside of our section. Now, we don't want that. Well, we do want that, but we don't want that little bar to appear. So back in our original section here, we can negate that by going over to Advanced, Visibility, Horizontal Overflow. We just need to change that to Hidden, so we won't see that anymore. Okay, well, let's make this magic happen. Still in this section, make sure we're in the right section. Still over in Advanced, we're going to go to Attributes up the top here. We want to add an attribute. We're going to use a CSS ID for this today. And we've got it right there. The second one is ID. We'll give it a name. Let's just call it PLX for Parallax, perhaps. And with CSS IDs, you want to make sure that is the only instance of it. It's got to be unique. So you can call it anything you want, but make sure it's unique to this page. Great. So we've given this section the ID of Parallax. To scroll to it, use whatever you want to use as a scroll, and you use images, you can use anything you want. I'm going to use the button for this. So if we go into our little hero section here, there we are. Over in content, you always find a link under content. Button number 1, we've only got the one button there. To link to PLX, we need to put a hashtag in because it's a CSS ID. So hashtag and the name PLX. And now this button will scroll down there. And just for fun, I know it says apply now or apply today, but let's have this button scroll back up to that top section perhaps, just to show you how IDs work. So we need to go into our top section there. We'll give it an ID by going over to Advanced and Attributes. With Divi 4, you actually had two little drop downs, CSS class and CSS ID. Because they've added so many other ones here, they've done it this way, which works really well actually. And we'll just call this top. And again, call it what you want. It just needs to be unique. And I'm sure you're ahead of me now to make this button scroll back up to the top. We need to click on our call to action. Link again is always under the content here. It's got a hashtag in there I put in as a placeholder, and we called that one top, T-O-P. Great. Well, let's save our changes now. Let's get rid of the preview I had up there. And we'll preview again on the front end. Here we have it. If I click this little button there, scroll smoothly down to this section with our little parallax effect. If I click on this little button, it's going to scroll smoothly back up to the top there. And like I say, whether they're doing it with a button or whether they're just scrolling manually, that's a really eye-catching feature to have on your site. And as you can see, really easy to do, no coding involved whatsoever. And we've come up with some fun 3D effects doing this thing, and I've got videos about that on my channel there. So there we have it. There's how to create a little scroll effect from one section to the other and use a nice little parallax 3D type effect on our middle section there. Really easy to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions either about Divi 4 or Divi 5, put them down below the video. Divi 4 is still working perfectly and they're going to support it for another year. I still have a lot of my client sites on Divi 4. But of course, you miss the speed and all the new features of Divi 5. Which is great fun to build with, and all these new features really do make life easier, save you adding a lot of plugins that I've had to use before. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.